back in escrow.
Sorry, I just
Oh.
had an agent text me, said she can't make it and wanted me to record this, so.
Oh, okay. Let me got it. So, so my client has the money. So let's say if it's 20,000 in repairs, we would put that 20,000 in a holdback. And I just got off the phone with the lender because the selling agent just told me that they will not do any repairs prior to escrow. So I needed to ask the lender, can we still do this if we can't do the repairs till after escrow? And he said we can.
Mm-hmm.
So it just cannot exceed, I believe, 30,000 in repairs.
Right.
So I think it's kind of, this will be the first one if my client moves forward that I'll have done, like a fix and fund. And it's pretty creative.
Awesome. Very creative. And a couple things. One, somebody had asked a question on the 203K loans. So here's something is, Dawn has a client that it says cash only in the MLS, right? Her client, although has cash, doesn't want to make it work. It's not financeable. Listing agent says, no, you can't finance it. There are agents that would tell their client, hey, this deal isn't going to work for you. They'd move on. Simply as easy as that, they'd move on. And the reason Ruth's got 3 deals in escrow and is ready to put on another one is Ruth called.
No, I don't have one in it. I don't have anything in escrow yet.
Oh, okay.
It's more offers.
Okay. Then I correct myself. I thought that. But regardless, Ruth's going to make a deal happen because she didn't accept no. She's like, wait a minute, how can I make this work? And so 203K loans are where just what Ruth's going to do. The home is not financeable. Sometimes it's financeable. It's just that you qualify, the home qualifies, and you want a new kitchen or you want new flooring, or maybe something comes up on the inspection report and you can't finance it and that kills the financing. Well, what they do is they just get contractor bids, put that amount in escrow, hold it, and then the lender's involved in the repairs, right? And then so the lender pays the contractor, and there's more paperwork, it's a little more time consuming, but you're going to close the deal, right? So
they are fun and they're tricky, but we do them also.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
And because not all lenders will do them because they're much more time consuming on their end.
Well, Lambert's the only one, at least that I've become familiar with, that does them.
Good.
Though I haven't asked my other lender, but yeah.
Well,
So
ask and check and see, Ruth, because we do them. We don't always advertise it because they're definitely a different breed and not everyone can handle it. So we don't.
Yeah, like I said, my client has a lot of cash. He doesn't want to use it. So I think this loan is good for him, but I don't think it would be great for everyone.
No, savvy burr. Yeah.
So I have an offer out. I want to clarify. I have an offer out. This gentleman, I'm waiting to hear if he wants to submit. And then I have cash buyers that are still thinking about the 2 homes I showed them. They're going to make either an offer on one or the other, but they have to find something this week because they want to be out of the lease by the end of February. So I do have 3 very active.
Good. That's where I picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
That's great traction.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Look at Katie, Aunt Katie. Does anybody have anything else that they'd like to bring up? Either some wins, some challenges? Dawn, please.
Yeah, I am closing on a deal on Friday, and it's for a land purchase. Yeah, exciting. Been working with this gal for a while, and she is just brilliant, but she was very picky and wanted, anyway, I found something that was had expired off the market, but I did call the agent, and I'm glad I did because it happened to be the agent's mom that was selling the property. But anyway, my client was gonna wire funds, and it happened to be when she was in the UK. Well, about 3/4 of her funds were coming from the UK, and about 1/4 of her funds were coming from a local bank, and it was such a hassle. And I'm not sure of all the details, but she was limited to wiring no more than $30,000 a day. Yeah. And
Crazy.
so what's that?
I said that is true, and it's crazy.
Yeah, well, but we were told by the title company and everything that it shouldn't be a problem, but I don't know. So anyway, instead of, we were gonna close early and now we're gonna close like a day later. So it's all good.
Good. Well, congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else?
Yes, I want to put together also just going off of this whole thing. I put the event in there. We're going to have Ruth on the 26th, Ruth.
Yay,
Share her
Ruth.
success, how she started, how she built it up. And I'm really excited about that. So yeah, Ruth, I'm excited.
Good, good, good. And
Thank you.
yeah,
I'm embarrassed, but thank you. So
It
Yeah.
will be a good path to see how she built it up, where you can all see where she is now, because I know she started with Op City, right, Ruth?
yes, I started using a lot. Well, I started with EXP team a few years back. I didn't really start producing till my second year, but I guess I'll go over that on
Yeah.
the thing,
Yeah.
on the Zoom.
Yes.
When is
very-
that? When is that, Janine?
That is on January 26th, Thursday at 12 o'clock. The link is right in there. How to jumpstart your real estate business.
Okay.
And it's online, so it'll be perfect. So anybody can join.
You said the
Yeah.
link is on there. Where?
It is. Do you see it?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
in the chat?
In the chat.
In
And
the chat.
I'll segue into the newsletter I send out on Sundays. I'll add it in that newsletter.
Thank you.
If there's something you guys want added or you want part of that newsletter, let me know how I can make it. I'm trying to put in resources for you that will help you. KV Core, certainly there's a lot of different documents will help you get up to speed with KV Core. And then we just review our calls and the availability to help you guys is, so obviously you guys are on this call, every Monday we're going to have a call. On Wednesdays, I just leave 3 o'clock in the afternoon open. It's a Zoom. I'm just, if I'm around, I have the Zoom open. If you want to jump on to work on anything, we can do that. But you can also, of course, just schedule through my calendar a one-on-one. But I've just left that 3 o'clock on Wednesdays open. If there's anything you want to work on, you can jump on. I'll help you. On Thursdays, we have the building a team. If you're interested in building your organization, adding agents, what all that means, rev share and how EXP compensates you through adding agents. Janine and I are on every Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. And if you want to find out more, if you want to get more involved in building a team or inviting people to EXP, please join us on Thursdays, 9 o'clock. And then last Friday mornings at 9 o'clock, we go over just marketing in general, marketing, anything to do with building your business and how to grow your business. And then specifically, we have been diving into KV Core and listing to leads. And, listing to leads is just a powerful marketing system that Cardinal Financial and Connie sponsors for all of you guys to build your business. I know Janine has set an appointment. I have had leads that I'm communicating with. And it's another way to market. And I think Ruth is going to talk a little bit on her call about how she's got business using Make It Rain, KV Core, which is very similar, other than, in my opinion, listing to leads lets you maximize at a higher level the Make It to Rain program. Very similar. Just I think there's way more tools. One of the things that Make It or listing to leads does for you, and I think it's a tremendous opportunity to grow your business, is on your social media, is creating videos. And so they give you every week a script to use to just do a short video on something in the market. So if you did nothing else but just ran that script to fit your personality and just touch social media, you will start getting leads. You're you will start getting leads. You just have to be consistent, but listening to leads is doing that for you. So anyways, Mondays, our group call here where we can support each other. Wednesdays, I just leave open. Thursdays, if you want to build rev share, build a team, and then Fridays for marketing. And then in that newsletter is my calendar link, just book a call. And we have a couple really great events coming up. Roos, we talked about. Cardinal Financial and Connie's boss has on the 27th of January, if you're around, they're going to have speakers that really run the gamut in real estate, from developers, large developers that are in tune with this local economy. They're going to have mortgage brokers. They're going to have real estate agents that are crushing it in the market. They're going to have a real estate panel. Don Yoakum's going to speak, which most of you have heard Don, and you can't help but walk away with something that's going to help your business. So if you can make it, Connie she just put it in the chat, or Janine
I'll
did.
put it in the chat again. There are, you guys, you can get regular seating, waived, the fees waived. If you get on it, this is the last week, they're going to, I think, waive that. So I'll put it in the chat. And just like Randy said, it is going to be amazing for anyone, anyone, inspectors, financial people, anyone you want to invite, bring them. And
Absolutely. If you're in the real
Definitely.
estate market, invite them, right? It's about building relationships and something that you can build on in your business, and
Yep.
invite them. It's a long day. I don't know, Connie, I'm trying to find out the agenda, the schedule. Is it on the website? I can't find it.
I don't think the schedule is, but it is definitely an all-day event. Let me see if I can find something and send it to you.
Okay, and then we'll add
Okay.
it. So, it may
can
be
send
that
it
you
out.
can't make the full day, right? But you can come, maybe there's
Yeah.
a speaker, maybe there's a segment that you want to come to. So, okay, so that's one.
Oh, real quickly,
Yes.
I signed up for the I signed up for the free Team
So-
Connie, but
Yeah.
then I want to know, do you think, what about the dinner and the lunch and all that kind of stuff? Is it something that, now that I got a little
Well,
check?
They're
Says
gonna
it on
have-
there.
They're gonna have they were gonna do food trucks, and now I think that's changing to some other type of lunch that you can buy so that people don't have to leave. I
But I
mean,
meant
I
the
think there's dinner-
packages that
yeah.
have the stuff included. I
Yeah.
kind of just wondered maybe what your take is on that. Like, what do you think people will be talking about? Is it like a guided, or is it mostly like networking?
it's gonna be just kind of a networking type thing with the speakers and rubbing elbows, but I feel like there's been so many tickets sold for that how is everybody gonna be able to touch them? You know what I mean? Or, I mean, obviously you can listen to them if it's kind of like when we do an event, I feel like you're at the end of the table. How much can you hear? And I don't know the setup. Is it going to be, a standing room type thing? Are we going to be sitting down? That I don't know. So,
I
I
think,
mean, in the beginning, I was like platinum all the way because you get to go to dinner, you get to hear them, but I feel like there's been a lot of tickets sold for that. So, and doing tons of events and going to things like this, Randy, you've been to a lot of, big events with people,
Mhm.
speakers and things. It's hard when there's so many people. Like, how do you really get to
Yeah.
talk to those people?
Well,
you
that's
can
why-
talk to them
that's
all, but
why there are
Go
no
ahead.
$49 tickets left.
Oh,
Really?
shoot.
Yeah, there's,
Oh, okay. so that's-
I can do 175 or 79. But all of the free tickets are gone.
See if you can, I'm gonna put in another code and see if this works. And let me see what I can come up with, see if we have anything else for you guys. Try that for a code, Catherine. And let me check to see if we have anything else.
Could I
for
have
you
that
guys.
code too? I have one more person that I really would like to invite.
Did I put it in the chat?
I don't
Maybe
see
not.
it.
Okay, let me hold on.
So on that subject, I don't know, I should have I should have did this at the very beginning. I should have.
126.
It did work.
Oh,
Okay, let me see what I can come up with for you guys.
okay.
You're awesome, Connie. And then, one more that well, Katie, to answer your question, I think in all the events, the real estate events, I think you're going to pick up something, right? The newer you are, you'll pick up more, but you're going to pick up one nugget that literally can change your business. It's like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, and I'll give you a story. Brent, who, he went to one agent. He wanted to grow his business. This is years and years and years ago. He wanted to grow his business. So he says, hey, I'll pay you if I can come shadow you for a day. Anyways, he found out what this guy was doing in open houses changed his business forever. Because he literally targeted this guy, says, hey, I want to know what you're doing. Can I pay you to follow you? And it was open houses. He did open houses at such a different level. And Melissa has talked a little bit. We recorded that if you guys want to know about open houses, kind of a side note. But anyways, it's contacts. You're going to meet somebody, you're going to hear something. It may be somebody you just meet throughout the day that ends up being a contact, being a relationship. I think you get to just be with people that are in your industry that want to improve, right? These are agents that are paying money to come learn, to invest in themselves. They're the kind of agents you want to hang out with, right? They want to improve. They want to be around other agents that are improving and making their business better. And they're all willing to share what they're doing, right? And successful people want to share, right? They don't want to keep it in and hold. So
it's what's working for them. And right now in this market, and that's what you guys are on track, and you really have a great culture. And I think that this meeting, this event, even though I'm a people person and all day events are hard for me, but I'm going to get a lot out of it. I'm going with the expectation to get a lot out of it, to sustain and keep us going in this market that we're in. And these people that are been handpicked to come and speak, they're not afraid of this market. They're not giving in to what it should be or what's being said in the news or whatever. They're just going full speed ahead, like it's not even affecting them. And that's what you want to be around. And that's what you guys have here. The culture you guys have here, you guys are going and you're doing deals.
We're doing deals. And I think the important thing is you guys are on the call, you showing up, you're in the market, right? You're doing how you perceive the market. If you listen to, oh, this is a market, I might as well just take the foot off the gas because of course this is a bad market, right? You will get that result, right? But if you have the mindset, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to attract the people that are attracted to me, and I'm going to continue to build my business and keep doing and being consistent. This is a time you're going to build your foundation, because a lot of the agents that got in this market thought it was easy, thought they would just go close deals, because a lot of agents get in this market because they closed on a home and it's like, wow, my agent made that money for that, because they see the tip of the iceberg, right? They don't see the marketing, they don't see the grind, and then they get into it and it's like, oh, well, this is a little bit of work. This doesn't work, right? Well, it works. It's just they saw just the end result of that work. So on that note, Tony Robbins.
I have some wins, Randy, if it's okay to say.
You please.
Is that okay? Is this a good time?
Yeah, we always.
So speaking of Melissa, you brought that up and it triggered me. She did an open house, or we did an open house this weekend, and it was Ridgefield, raining, acreage, older custom built home, and it was slammed. And buyers out there that didn't have lenders and didn't have agents. Like, we were busy, and it was, 700,000. I don't know if she's on the call, on acreage. And I mean, we were busy. So there's people out there still buying in this market. And they didn't have an agent. They didn't have a lender. And then also, another win is that you just always got to be networking everywhere you are and talking and just conversating. And I have a relationship with an agent that I've worked with for years that Randy brought on to one of his past companies. And she reached out and said, I know you know so many people, and I want to refer a client up north. Do you have any agents? And I have friends up there. I lived up there for 20 plus years that are in the real estate market. But what I did was I thought, you know, who's my circle right now and who's my family right now? EXP. So I contacted Daisy because Daisy's up there.
Mhm.
And it's about an hour away from Daisy, but she jumped all over it. So she's going to have a buyer, VA, great credit. And I think they might have met this weekend. So she's got a deal going. She'll have a buyer. And so you just never know who you know. So that's a win. Knowing, you know, being in this group that you can refer to any of your agents within your circle. And had I not met Daisy, I would have referred it to one of my old agents that I used to work with when I was up there. But I'm still friends with. And then the last one is Katie. I just want to give kudos to Katie. She has really had some rough deals. And I know we talked about it, but the agents that she's had to deal with being a new agent, it was not even normal. And the beautiful thing is that you can call Randy or myself and we'll help you. Even if I'm not your lender and you're not sure about something, I'm happy to help you as much as I can, as long as I've been in this market, and Randy too, or in this business. We've probably been through it. And I used to be all sweeter than I was. And now I'm just like, no, that's not how it is. Randy's taught me well, and my boss, no. And so I had an agent call me from another agency yesterday and last night, and she was like, I'm getting these HUD leads. They're HUD leads. And I'm like, and she was explaining, and I said, I'll call your client for you. It was another lender's deal. I'll call just to find out more information. Educated her and told her to walk away. Like, that's $125,000 deal isn't going to happen in this market. And it was Section 8. They get money from Section 8. I've never heard of it. And they get money, and Section 8 helps them buy a home, just like they help them rent. I don't know what lender's doing them, but I said I would walk away if it were me. And she appreciated my honesty. So I said, I hope I'm not doing disservice to your lender, but I don't know a home out there for 125.
There isn't.
So she appreciated the honesty and the quick, just, move on. I said, erase and replace, move on.
Another suggestion for leads. If anybody there knows, if you have an attorney there, I hate to say this, but there are a lot of divorces happening. And so in divorce situations, they need to sell the house. And I've had at least 3 where it's a divorce situation, but I've built a friendship with an attorney. And I said, hey, John, if you have any more divorces, send them to me. And he said he referred somebody to me. The person hasn't contacted me yet, but at least now the attorney is starting to say my name to his client. There's also, it's morbid, but people die and there's probate and they have to sell property. So having that relationship with an attorney is huge. And believe it or not, I got this idea from my son. And I can't wait till he joins our team come February.
We can't either.
Yeah, I'm super, super excited about it. So he's brilliant.
I can't wait till you guys come up and I can spoil you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Ruth is dropping some nuggets there. And one of them, I just mentioned that Dawn Yoakum is going to speak on the 27th. And Janine had an event where Dawn came and spoke. And so Dawn is a EXP broker, owned Keller Williams franchises, was a national coach, but he is wonderful in helping people grow their business. He does talk on growing your business through networking with professionals, CPAs, landscapers, contractors, window washers, people who are gonna fix the house, people who homeowners may call prior to getting their home ready for sale. One of those is also divorce attorneys. And build your network, right? Build relationships. And that's going to these events, going to places where you want to meet people that you can help each other in this business. Attorneys want to have an agent that they can truly trust, that they can say, you know what, I know you're going through a really hard time. Call Ruth, because he knows Ruth will treat them with compassion and be ethical and professional. So,
Hey, Randy, do you charge for market analysis? Because
No,
this
I
attorney
don't.
was telling me that I should charge for the market analysis.
Yeah. Well, here's what you can charge if he says, because face it, when they're going through divorce, they're gonna have a lot of times they have to sell their home. And so whoever they're representing, they get a price, the other side will get a price, right? And they come up with, because sometimes they don't sell the home, one will buy the other out, right? So they want to come up with an equitable price. I would say, if it was me, and an attorney asked me that, I'd say, hey, I want to build a relationship with you. I'll do this for you as a service for those that do list their home, if you could recommend me. But at the same time, you could say, yeah, I'll charge, $75 or whatever. Banks pay, just another note of another market, another opportunity. A broker that I'm trying to bring into EXP, she knew that I was big in foreclosures and in back years ago, and said, so banks will, and she has accounts with banks will call an agent and they'll say, hey, I need a picture of this home. And a lot of times at this stage, it was just a picture. They just want it because they've missed payments, but the bank has not filed the notice of default yet. So it's 30 days in front of the foreclosure. So she said that she is getting more in a week than she was in a month in the last 2 months. They've exponentially, so people are going to be listing their homes. They're going to need and have to list their homes. So market. I'm not telling you to market and do the foreclosure market. That's a niche. You have to stay in your lane, pick a lane where you want to market and really be good at that. Don't run all over the place and chase the next thing you heard an agent that's really good at. Pick one and just own that marketing technique, however that is. And we'll help you with that. You can, we can do one-on-ones to identify what is the best market for you. Some people thrive in cold calling and circle dialing. I would not.
Dial in for dollars.
Right. But some people crush it, right? I'll teach you, or I'll introduce you to those people, right? So it doesn't have to be necessarily what I'm good at. I will put you in front of and connect you with people. If you want to work with a professional network, you can't do better than talking to Don Yoakum and listening to how he explains how to go about doing that. So that's kind of a side note.
Can I just put that
Randy?
really quick? Oh, sorry.
No, Jenny, go
I
ahead.
put a link in there from the event with Don Yoakum.
Oh, thank you.
And also to make you aware tomorrow in your newsletter, Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock, that is Don Yoakum that we can always every week also attend.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So Don does a Tuesday morning. I went through all of the all the calls that we're holding as a group, but Don has invited our group to attend. He does a weekly coaching call at 9 o'clock, and you're more than welcome. And you get Don 30 minutes, and he does about a 20-minute conversation, and then he opens up for Q&A. And truly a great person that you'd want to know. And you get to meet.
Speaking of the event that we're doing, they said that all the codes are working. So they gave me a different code. He said, I wonder if they're doing something wrong because your codes are working. So he gave me a different code. Do you want me to put that in the chat?
Would you?
Yes,
And I'll
please.
send it out. But you know what? When I tried to do it last week, it didn't work initially. And then you guys kind of walked through. I was
Yeah.
doing something wrong too. So
Yeah.
try Team Connie. And I think you got to open up the drop down, select the $49, and then, because I think I was just going to check out or something.
Yeah, you got to select. Yes, that's.
And I know we've run a little long, and I haven't And so we've lost a couple agents, but I want, Stephanie Hammer is on the call. And I don't know, Stephanie, if you can talk, but speaking of referrals, Stephanie is in Spokane, Washington and Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And you cannot have a better agent that will treat your clients. There you are.
Good morning.
Now we get to bring you on. So
Thank you.
yes,
Good morning,
and
Stephanie.
Good morning,
Stephanie,
everyone.
I'm going to piggyback off of Janine and bring in Ruth, because I know that you as a new agent, I remember when we talked in Las Vegas, you said that I kind of, I wish that I'd have known as a new agent what I know now. And I'm wondering if you, I'm asking you in front of people, if you would at some point just come on and talk about kind of the, as a new agent, the things you learned and what would help new agents as they're, starting out in the business.
Absolutely. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. It's been a whirlwind. I've been licensed for 6 years, but really just the last 2 years have taken off full time and really kind of dug into, it started with a referral, but then I just didn't know where to go from there. And then once I was really just digging into EXP's resources, got involved in workplace a little bit more and joined a few referral groups. And it's probably by fluke, but I fell into a group of wonderful individuals, like-minded people across the country. And I've done transactions with several of them in the group, but some of them I haven't, but we do cheerlead for each other. And my goal is to be the go-to agent for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. And I'm probably a little competitive, but that has really, I would say last year or the first year, 70% of my business came from just the referral boards alone.
Wow.
So
Please
just
do
by,
that. Please share
from
that.
partners across America. And then as I met different people in these referral groups, I just learned there were so many different niches that people were doing their business with. There's like Home Partners of America, which there was a husband-wife team out of Seattle that they do 20 deals a month just off a rent-to-own program. And I was blown away. That's like their little niche. So everybody has a different thing that you could do with your business. I didn't know there were options like that. So it's been just such an eye-opener this past year on how people are building their businesses or doing business, but just not off of, just random leads. There's really, like I said, there's this pick your lane and stay in it. I think I had too many lanes going on. So now I just have to really streamline. I have a bunch of leads coming in from all different sources, which is great, but now I'm almost like gotten too big for my britches. So I'm looking at actually starting a team of my own, which was kind of random, but it's a good problem to have. But there is business in a down market. You got to hustle for it though. So.
Oh my God. And honestly, I did not prep Stephanie to come on and say all that. but thank you so much. There's so much there is that, one, you plugged in, right? And in workplace is not normal in real estate. You don't have 50,000 agents at your fingertips that literally will be your cheerleader and send you documents, send you whatever that is working for them. They'll literally give it to you. They'll tell you what they're doing. It's just the culture at EXP, and I'm not sure why. I think maybe because, you might have somebody in Tennessee that's saying, hey, here's what I'm crushing it. Go do it, because you're in Idaho. I don't know, but it's very common. And then EXP compensates those agents. They pay those agents in stock to go teach the class. So if you haven't plugged into the Icon University and those classes, it is in the newsletter that I sent out, how to get those resources. But thank you for sharing that, Stephanie. And
thank you.
If you want to put in your chat how to get a hold of Steph, or how people can get a hold of you. But you can also find Stephanie Hammer in Workplace.
Yeah, I just wanted to say too, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm just feeling under the weather because I'm like getting over a cold.
Is this Mario?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So I was just gonna say, in addition to Stephanie, on the workplace, I had one in the workplace in the mentee area. And I just put a question in there, like, has anyone ever had to go to like 2 or 3 mentors as I'm going through right now? And I just got like a ton of responses. and it was just very like the culture, like it's just very, very helpful. And just to, get the messages like that right away, it was just very, very helpful. But also I was gonna ask you, Randy, as far as the Opcity, I'm getting a lot of leasing leads. So
Mhm.
how do you think I would handle those?
Yeah, and here's the answer to that is plug into the classes, to the training classes, because you're going to have people, you're going to have your account rep that'll help you. And Janine and I were on a call just with the account rep the other day, and she's like, if you help somebody get a lease, like in Seattle, they're in the multiple, so you can get compensated for it. Our RMLS, you can't. I'm not sure about yours, but if you do help somebody with a lease, you can get a letter, and Opcity counts that as a closing. But you learn that by going into oh, good. Okay. You're going to learn that by going into those coaching calls. So it's 3 of them a week, 2 for beginners, 1 advanced, and then on Fridays, it's kind of like a troubleshooting. So I don't have the exact answer for you, Mario, because I think it's maybe predicated. What they said is if you can't help the person, after a week or 2, you can give them back to Opcity. You don't have to kill yourself.
Randy, can I jump in there really quick?
Please, please.
So you have to contact the person 4 times at least before you drop them. And for Mario, for California, if you do get a letter and you do help them find something, you get that letter, it counts as a closing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think when I talked to the Opcity representative, I think he never mentioned you have to call them 4 times, but he did say you should call them. And I end up calling the one of the leads that I talked to, but he never answered. And I don't know, I don't think my score, I don't know if it has went down because of that. But yeah, that's a good notation to call them, make sure to call them at least 4
Right.
times.
And I'll
Yeah.
put the correct link again in there for Thursday's advanced practices.
And just, you can go to as many new classes, onboarding classes, and really plug in, because their job. So for those of you that don't know, Janine and I have brought a lead generation program to our group where they're live transfers. You start with Opcity, and you've really got to kind of just prove yourself. It's just like starting out new. You start out, the leads are not going to be great, but some of them you're going to convert. The first lead I got with Opcity apps was a listing lead, right? You will get, but as your score goes up, as you start closing deals, you're going to get better leads, but they're also going to open up 7 other lead sources for you. And they have coaches there's a coaching call, there's a mastermind, and there's a personal account rep that will help you get that score up. So I'd really recommend that you plug into those calls. I'll start putting the calls on the newsletter, the times for those calls. And then we have a WhatsApp group for the Rise group as well. So I want to introduce Mariah to the group. Mariah, welcome. Can you hear me?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, please,
Welcome.
if you please come on and introduce yourself and
Yeah,
tell us a
I'd
little
love
bit
to.
about you. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mariah Clark. I am looking to service the St. Helens and Portland region here in Oregon. Catherine Rawson actually, ironically, was my realtor. She just sold me my second house, and I loved the experience so much with her. She was so inspiring that I said, I think I want to sink my teeth into this. And so I'm working on leaving my corporate America job, and I want to start building my own business and clients. And so I'm already working on my sphere right now. I've got a couple of lawyers and headhunters I'm working with right now, and I have 3 people I'm ready to essentially kick off the ground next month. I'm finishing up my real estate license hours right now, so I think I've got like 10 more hours, and then I'm going to go sit for my test this month. So I'm hoping 2 weeks I'll be ready to go. And then I can join EXP Realty, full time, and that's really what I'm excited about. My father was a mortgage broker for a very long time, so I kind of grew up in the business, and I think it's just time for me to close one chapter and open another door and start building something of my own. I love the enthusiasm from you all, so I'm really excited to work with you guys, and I think this is just going to be a really great next chapter for me, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Well,
Well,
so nice.
welcome.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Welcome,
So
Good for
welcome.
you.
So
Yeah.
great to have you.
And thanks, Randy, so much for letting me join early. I really appreciate that. You're
Absolutely.
giving me that motivation to keep
Yeah,
going and keep
good.
inspiring. So thank you for that.
Good, absolutely. And I think one of the benefits of this group has great energy. And even Catherine says, she says, you know, one of her last closings wasn't the best. And she says, she can't be in our group. She's doesn't have the right personality to be in our group.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind, you know, I'll add you if you'd like, put your email in here. I'll add you to the newsletter so you can start
Yeah.
receiving that. And then we have a WhatsApp group where we just, you know, if you have a question, want to share a listing or whatever, that's a place to put it. Janine, who I think we might have just lost, Janine is so incredibly helpful in building our team and our group, she's creating a Facebook page so we can share files and information. Okay, got it. Thank you. I'll add
Yeah,
you.
Randy, did you get the code for the event? The new code I put in? I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
sure.
in
if
Portland
I've
if you
got
ever want to
chapter
meet for
anymore.
coffee.
Yes,
Katie.
let's do it.
Definitely.
That's great. That'll be amazing. I'm an
Yeah, you're so
expecting
cute.
mother too, so maybe we can
Oh,
come
fun,
together. That'd be awesome.
nice.
When,
Well,
when are you
congratulations.
due?
I'm due at end of July, so I just
Oh
had
my
my
gosh.
first picture of the baby yesterday, so I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Do
Now,
guys.
you know
do
if
you-
it's a
is-
boy or a girl?
Not yet, not yet. It's still a little green bean.
Yeah.
Well,
So
congratulations.
excited.
Thanks, guys.
So, yeah. And Mario came on, but Mario's in San Francisco. So if you happen to know somebody in the Bay Area, Mario will take great care of them.
Reach out
Yeah.
to me.
I know a ton of people. I can refer them
Yeah.
over.
You know,
There you go.
That's
Mario,
where
I'm
I'm from.
going to the San Rafael Sheraton actually, I think next week for the 5-day Tony Robbins seminar. I've got
Oh,
20 people I'm meeting up with. It'd be a really great networking opportunity for you. My number is in the chat. Text me if you're interested and you can come along with me.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know it was in San Rafael, but yeah,
Well, I think it's virtual, but we have a conference
Okay.
room and 20 business owners are joining and coming.
How great is that?
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Speaking of, I put that in the newsletter for all of you, how to register. That's a 5-day event, 90 minutes, and it's Tony Robbins. And if you haven't listened to Tony Robbins, maybe you've seen a commercial, or maybe you've seen a snippet and you think, you know, it's a lot of rah, high energy for sure. It'll change your life. There's one thing he might say that you're like, oh my God, I never thought of it that way. And he talks about in this promo, Brent has him at one of his events in the summertime every year. And it was the first time I listened to him live. And it was 4 hours. And it was like an hour went by. He just really talks to you in mindset and in such a positive that everything is possible if you just have the right mindset and attitude and go for it. And so anyways, it's free, 90 minutes a day. And I highly, highly recommend.
Didn't we see him live together, Randy, years ago?
What's that?
We saw him live together years ago at an
We did?
event. I think you and I went to an event he did. He was awesome. His energy is
Oh.
insane. I think we did.
You know what? In the Rose Garden.
Yes, his energy is so insane. Oh my gosh. It's crazy that this many years later, he's still doing this. And
Yeah.
same
Well,
energy.
I'm sure you guys know, but he talked about, he has had one-on-one with world leaders for like the last 20 years. And I think he's spent time with every president in the United States since, I don't know, but he literally is on sports teams to president, to world leaders, to you and I. We
He's got
give,
all kinds of lanes going and he manages it well.
well, yeah, he's, he's certainly stood the test of time, right? He's
Yeah.
25 years, I think. And now,
So what
and
is
now
the-
his son is running success coaching in EXP. So Jarrett Robbins is in charge of success coaching. So you can actually hire a success coach from Jared Robbins, Tony Robbins. It's part of EXP. And so if you want to go next level,
I
success
was
coach.
gonna ask him, what is a Tony Robbins? Does he do like general motivation, or is it like
Go to
what
his-
exactly?
Go to his website and look. It's mindset, right? It's positive mindset, overcoming obstacles, overcoming maybe the limitations, the conversations that you have with yourself in your belief. But it's action steps. It's things that, it's not a rah. It's just a different way to look at the possibilities for you. And although he's talking to a group, thank you, Mariah. And I think I forget the name of. I forget the name
I
of.
know that this week is Mastery in Business is this week. So
Okay.
this one is really geared toward making your business excellent. So
Mm.
highly recommend this week.
Okay. It's a good pump for Tony Robbins.
Mariah, I didn't see your contact information in there. Or am I
Oh,
missing something?
I
I think
dropped,
you have to scroll up. I did.
maybe I direct messaged it. Let me throw it back out to everyone. My apologies. I think I only sent it to you, Randy. All right,
Oh.
there we go, team.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks for calling that out. I appreciate it, Janine.
Yeah, thank you.
Human error.
And
Awesome.
just, you probably all know because you've been on these calls, but just know that once the call goes over, you can't retrieve that chat. So
Oh,
make sure you go grab the information.
We're gonna say bye. Have a great week, everyone.
A great week, everybody.
Bye-bye.
These are my special days. We'll see you soon.
Nice. Enjoy. And congratulations again, Connie.
let's see.
Bye, everybody.
All right, take care.